In the headlines, APC fixes new date for screening of presidential aspirants. President Muhammadu Buhari visits Kano, meets families of Kano explosion victims. Away from Nigeria, one killed in New York subway attack. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thank you for joining. Beginning with political stories, the All Progressives Congress has fixed a new date for the screening of its presidential aspirants for the 2023 general elections. National Organizing Secretary of the party, Suleiman Arugungu, announced this on Monday in Abuja. He said the party will be screening its 28 presidential aspirants on Tuesday, May 24th and Wednesday, May 25th at the Transcorp Hilton Hotel, Abuja. Earlier on Sunday, the party had postponed the screening exercise for the second time after it failed to hold last weekend. No reason was given for the change in plan. A federal high court sitting in Abuja and presided over by Justice Inyang Eko on Monday delivered a judgment in favor of the federal government and Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit on local government joint accounts nationwide. The NFIU had in June 2019 issued guidelines aimed at curbing crime vulnerabilities created by cash withdrawals from the local government accounts by various state governments. The Nigerian Governors Forum subsequently sued the federal government and NFIU for interfering with the state government powers to initiate transactions on local government joint accounts, citing provisions of the 1999 Constitution. It directed that the state's local government joint accounts should be used only for receiving funds and subsequently transferring them to local government accounts only. Chief Executive Officer of NFIU, Modibo, who commended the ruling, stressed that funds can be properly used by local councils for improved service delivery at the local level. Borno State Governor Umar Zulum has appealed to frontline APC presidential aspirant Bola Tinubu to pick Senator Kashim Shettima as running mate if he clinches the party's presidential ticket. He made the appeal during a delegates meeting with the former governor of Lagos State at the government house in Maiduguri on Sunday. Tinubu maintained that he had more political acceptability than other contenders in the party and promised to end insecurity and vandalism if elected president. He called on Nigerians not to return the PDP to power, stressing that the opposition party had 16 years but could not bring any significant impact in the country.
Poverty Development Party can say anything they want now. They have a good 16 years to correct and build a strong foundation of prosperity, honesty for Nigeria. They squandered it. They neglected security and gave us banditry. And they say they want to come back? No, never.
That we should extend a hand of fellowship to our brothers in the Southwest. And no one in the Southwest, if you call him just amongst equals, to me is a gratuitous insult. He's the best in the midst of his mentees.
I want you to take the position of Vice President to distinguish and opposition. Most important, we want you to promote mechanized agriculture in Borno State. Borno State can generate, Your Excellency, not less than $1 billion in the year in agriculture. If our arable land is invested, it's harnessed well.
Renowned Islamic scholar Sheikh Ibrahim Khalil has emerged as gubernatorial candidate on the platform of the Africa Democratic Congress in Kano State. Sheikh Khalil, who emerged unopposed as affirmative candidate during a special unveiling ceremony on Sunday, will battle for the topmost political seat in Kano alongside candidates of other political parties. While presenting Sheikh Khalil with ADC gubernatorial nomination form at Mumbai House in Kano, National Chairman of the party, Chief Rav Oke Nwosu, declared that Sheikh Khalil was affirmed to bear the ADC flag in next year's gubernatorial election because of his integrity and credibility. The national chairman, who recounted the truth of the party on its sincerity and nobility, stressed that Sheikh Khalil epitomizes competence, under which ADC will reclaim Kano. Former Sokoto State Governor Attahiru Bafarawa says decision of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) to open its 2023 presidential contest is done in the interest of the party, of the nation rather. Bafarawa, who speaks exclusively to Trust TV's Shafiu Suleiman, also backed the resolution of the party to go with the existing delegates template during its forthcoming national convention. The report.
Attahiru Bafarawa ruled Sokoto State as governor between 1999 and 2007 under the platform of APP and later AMPP before his defection to the Democratic People's Party (DPP), under whose platform he ran for the presidency. He says it is wrong for anyone to think that decision of the National Executive Committee of the party to throw open its presidential contest was done to favor certain interests rather than a collective move to secure the party's victory.
I happen to be a member of the zoning committee. All the committees that were set up, I happen to be a member of it. And when we took that decision, there is not only Northern took that decision, the whole North and South take this decision, and we took it to NEC, and the same NEC is national body. We took that decision again. So it's not a question of North or South. As far as I'm concerned, PDP is for Nigerians.
Currently, a PDP chieftain, Bafarawa, uploaded the party's leadership was taken to the existing delegates election template, which recognizes only elected delegates at the congresses.
ANEC gave guidelines, and we asked ANEC to extend some. They said they cannot extend even an hour to us. So we have to go to abide by the rules of the game. ANEC is an umpire. Whatever they told us, we have to do what they have told us to do.
The former state governor also speaks on the existing power retention moves by some northern power brokers.
As a Muslim, I know nobody gives power but to God. If they are written in my Quran, nobody gives power but to God. So whatever anybody, whether you are a power broker, whether you are what, nobody gives power to anybody except to God. So we cannot compete with God. Whoever God chooses, that's our own position.
The major opposition People's Democratic Party (PDP) has scheduled its national convention for Saturday, 28th of May, where its presidential candidate will emerge. Shafiu Suleiman, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Former Rivers State Governor Rotimi Amechi has called on APC delegates to vote at the party primaries with conscience and fear of God. He made the appeal during a consultative meeting with delegates in Borno State. Amechi said politics has become a business venture for some politicians who are bent on monetizing the voting process. He promised to tackle unemployment and poverty and revamp the education sector to ensure all-round development in the country. The former Minister of Transportation urged the delegates to ensure that they vote a credible, trusted and honest candidate who is capable of driving Nigeria to greater heights.
The people that are carrying guns have no work. If you employ of them to come and beat drums and you pay them, they will not carry guns. Whoever tells you that Boko Haram is religious affiliation, how to tell the person is lying. Are they not killing Muslims? Are they not? Exactly.
You know, Boko Kasim is our senior and our leader. And Tinubu is also our leader. And then Chairman Alina Rori is also our leader. So the delegates are now to be shared among us.
To me, power belongs to God. And God gives power to whom He will. It has been my prayers that Nigeria should get a good president. I can't mention the name of any person.
President Muhammadu Buhari has met with family members of the victims of the last Kano explosion. The president, who is in Kano for the Nigerian Air Force Week event, met with the family members of the 9 deceased persons at the palace of the Emir of Kano. Buhari commiserated with the families, the Emir and the government of Kano State on the unfortunate incident, which the police have said that was caused by a gas explosion. Speaking earlier, the governor of Kano State said that the government has given 9 million naira as compensation to the families of the deceased persons, while 2 million naira was given to 10 persons seriously injured and 1 million naira was given to those with minor injuries. An explosion last week rocked the Sabongari area of Kano State, leading to the death of 9 persons, with as many more injured. Now, the killings in Anambra State continued this weekend, with at least 7 persons being the victims of the latest dastardly act in the state. Okechukwu Okoye, a lawmaker in the state, was beheaded on Saturday, and by Sunday, more victims had been killed. Among them were 4 siblings and their mother, who were shot dead at Isulo, Orumba North local government area of the state. The state public relations officer of the Nigerian police, Ikenga Tochukwu, said that he could not confirm the incident as the details are sketchy, adding that the command will give more details when it gets more information. Meanwhile, tension has heightened in Anambra as a result of incessant killings. The killings have been on the rise since Professor Charles Soludo assumed office as governor. Police in Katsina has repelled terrorist attacks, killing 6 perpetrators and recovering 1 AK-47 assault rifle. The police command also claimed that it recovered 110 cows, 242 sheep and goats during the operation. 2 separate attacks were carried out by the suspected terrorists at the Bayawa and Tankari villages in Batagarawa and Dutsimma local government areas. Abdullahi Amadi has the details.
The police in Chiranchi claimed that with the support of villagers, they blocked all exits to Katsina-Kano highway and intercepted the stolen vehicle driven by one of the robbers, where they killed him on the spot. While searching the vehicle, 1 pistol with 5 rounds of ammunition were recovered.
And also 5 live rounds. These ones are expelled. These ones, they are the live ammunitions, which were recovered inside the magazine. The command is making efforts in a view to arresting the other members of the syndicate as investigation is ongoing.
In a similar development, armed robbers in their numbers stormed Kankia town, headquarters of Kankia local government area of Katsina State, around 11 p.m. on Friday. The robbers blocked Kano-Katsina road near Shagarilo Coast houses and robbed commuters. The robbery was carried out here at this point. People were overwhelmed by sporadic gunshots. Many people did not sleep well on that day because they were not certain what was happening. Most of the victims were traders coming back from Kano. The robbers collected unspecified amount of money and valuables from passengers who were returning from Kano. The driver conveying drugs to me from Kano is among the victims. When I heard the gunshots, I was confused. I left my chemist wide open and ran home. People were running helter-skelter, confusion everywhere, until when a convoy of one of these politicians came and dispersed the robbers. Though no life was lost, residents commended the quick response from the Kankia divisional police officer and his men, who chased the hoodlums out of the town.
The challenge now is the mobility, how they move. They have one Hilux motor, and the other one donated by my government when I was in office as caretaker. It was down. It is down now presently. Maybe if we have money, it's our priority now to make it work again.
The residents are, however, calling for the deployment of more security personnel to secure Kankia local government, which is gradually becoming prone to insecurity. The police public relations officer, Katsina State Command, promised to call back after the refine from the DPO Kankia local government. Abdullahi Ismayamadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.
You're watching Trust News Update. Coming up shortly. Traveling at night persists despite the hazards. Find out why after the break. Thanks for staying. You're watching Trust News Update. Here's a look at our top stories again. APC fixes new date for screening of presidential aspirants. President Muhammadu Buhari visits Kano, meets with families of Kano explosion victims. Now, elsewhere, the World Health Organization has warned people against lowering their guard despite the noticeable decline in cases and deaths from COVID-19. WHO Director General Tedros Ghebreyesus disclosed this on Sunday at the opening of the World Health Assembly in Geneva, Switzerland. According to Ghebreyesus, over 6 million COVID-19 deaths have been reported to the WHO, with new estimates of excess being almost 15 million deaths since the start of the pandemic. He added that reported cases have declined significantly from the peak of the Omicron wave in January, adding that reported deaths are at their lowest since March 2020. The World Health Assembly is the decision-making body of the WHO, comprising of representatives of 194 countries. Now, traveling by luxury buses at night has been the choice of many Nigerians traveling long distances. However, with increasing hazards that come with traveling at night, it seems many Nigerians are gradually discontinuing the habit. Trust TV News sampled the opinions of a cross-section of passengers who still prefer to travel at night. Sagir Ibrahim reports.
Many Nigerians use these luxurious buses to travel during the night because it is more affordable and cheaper. However, with the rising cases of insecurity, kidnapping, armed robbery, among others, are they still motivated to travel in the night?
It just depends on the person's business schedule. Do you understand? Some people like traveling in the night so that tomorrow morning they'll get to where they are going instead of getting where they are going in the night when they enter morning bus.
The transport is cheap and we love traveling in the night because there is no traffic. Basically because Nigerian weather, African weather is very harsh, so traveling at night, the weather is more comfortable, more convenient, and that's my major reason.
Despite the hazards involved, passengers for various reasons still prefer traveling in the night.
I'm being discouraged, but you know, life on your own is a risk. We don't know when it will happen, but it doesn't pray for it. You understand? It will not because of kidnapping and stealing, highway robbery, it will stop this night movement. Like I said before, some people prefer night movement so that tomorrow morning they will get to where they are going.
I believe that, man, in God, all things are possible. Even in your house, you can still die. Soldiers will go to war front and die. So if you trust in your God and you have your free mind, you can go anywhere and come back safe.
Corps Public Enlightenment Officer of the Federal Road Safety Corps, BC Kazim, also explained that although there is no law banning night travels, it is safer to travel in the day.
Night travel is a legitimate journey or venture, but there are hazards. Help does not come readily available when there's a problem. There are no laws banning anybody from traveling in the night, but with attendance hazards and risks involved, it is better not to travel in the night if you can afford to.
Sagir Ibrahim reporting for Trust TV.
And on business news, Nigeria's gross domestic production, GDP, has sustained a positive growth to record a 3.11% in the first quarter of 2022. But the figure is a slight drop from the 3.98% recorded in the fourth quarter. Speaking at a press conference on Monday, the Statistician General of the Federation and CEO of the National Bureau of Statistics, Shemiu Adeyemi Adeniran, said the Nigerian economy has maintained a positive trend for the sixth consecutive quarter after the economic shock by the COVID-19 pandemic. Adeniran stated that the aggregate GDP stood at 45.32 trillion naira, which is higher when compared to the first quarter of 2021, which recorded 40.01 trillion naira, a 13.25% growth. However, nominal GDP in the preceding quarter of the fourth quarter of 2021 stood at 49.28 trillion naira. Now, Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Otumba Adeniyi Adebayo, says the use of verifiable measuring scales to sell tubers and other agricultural products will soon commence to ensure that buyers derive maximum value for their money. The minister, who made the remark during a press conference to commemorate the 2022 World Meteorology Day at the weekend in Abuja, stated that this was to prevent sharp practices during trade and allow sellers get the correct amount for their product. Adebayo noted that the use of scales in trade was to allow worldwide uniformity of measurement and ensure comparability of measurements and promote trade through the reduction of barriers. Away from Nigeria, police are searching for a gunman after a man was shot and killed on a subway train in Lower Manhattan. The 46-year-old man was shot on a train approaching the Canal Street station at around 11:45 a.m., police said. The man was pronounced dead at Bellevue Hospital. The suspected gunman and victim had no prior contact, police said. Police are asking anyone with information or videos related to the shooting to come forward. Now, in sports news, Liverpool have signed Fabio Carvalho from Fulham, with the forward set to officially join on July 1. The 19-year-old played a key role in the Cottagers' promotion to the Premier League, scoring 10 goals and providing 8 assists. The clubs agreed a fee for a move in January, but the deal collapsed on deadline day. Carvalho signs a 5-year deal for a fee of €5 million with a further €2.7 million in add-ons. Fulham also have a 20% sell-on clause. And with that, we wrap up Trust News Update. You can watch more by clicking the subscribe button and also following us across all social media platforms. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thank you for watching. Bye.